could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
Hello, people. This is Barani. Prentice here with me.
Yeah, I'm here
in my living room. This was the achievement I talked about in episode 3, I think, where you have to do the second chapter of episode 3 in under 30 minutes. And coming up right now is episode 4, so have fun.
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus. The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
So, Brad, are you excited about this new events going on?
Yeah, I am excited.
Better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
I mean, I can see that you're really confused.
This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course.
But I'm not really confused because this is actually something I suspected.
Creativity as a part of the recovery process.
But you still
here at
look a little
Cauldron
bit
Lake Lodge.
confused.
I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid.
I mean, he
Alan.
has like his
I
name
honestly
next to the
believe we can
door,
get this
so
thing under control if we work
Yeah.
together.
it's not like he was there
This
just
way, Alan.
now.
I mean, this is nothing you could just install in a minute.
No, it isn't.
What I wanted to say is, you don't look really confused, but you still look a little bit unbelieving,
Now,
although
Alan, from
your
past
theories have
experience with
been...
you, I know I need to get right
exactly
into
in
the
this
heart of the
direction, you
matter
know?
as quickly as I can after an episode.
Yeah, I was
So
kind
I'm
of
just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
You are kind of overwhelmed, right?
Yeah, I'm overwhelmed. Yes, I am.
It's a good thing.
And I can't really tell why.
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me.
Okay.
Alan, what I'm telling you is good news.
No, I'm not.
Right now we're in control.
Shaken by this scene.
You're not shaken by this scene?
No.
Not surprising.
Because...
Which means?
Because Alan Wake is shaken with what is happening right now. And he's standing on the porch and there's suddenly a thunderstorm coming up.
Yeah.
It's because his emotions control this reality.
I let him talk.
He's upset, that's why there's a thunderstorm coming up. So this is not actually reality.
I dug my nails into the palms of my hands to stay focused.
So you think that even this is part of his imagined reality?
Yes, because I think now his conscience is coming up and he's
so
saying...
So you think this is not the actual reality, but even this is part of his elaborate writing reality?
Yeah, yeah, because I think now he's thinking, okay, I have been through this messed up stuff of my conscience. The only way out of this surreal scenery is I'm insane. So I'm in the insane asylum.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, he's really upset and he's standing on the porch and suddenly the doctor's like, well, okay, this is unusual. There's this thunderstorm coming up.
Yeah.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared.
I know what you mean,
and
yeah.
I bet every character he meets now is like an archetype of what you meet in an asylum, what you think you would meet in an asylum.
Hey, look at him, he's extremely interesting.
With him, I'm happy to say. He works on video
Elbow
games.
strike.
It's trash, of course, but it does involve some small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
However the story may play out, I hate Dr. Hartman.
Come, Alan, this way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
And I hate his monkey business guy with the, you know, pants and face. How do you call this color in English? Turquoise?
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 Turquoise? Yeah. You don't like it? No, it's like a mixture of...
No, I do like it, but why would
It's like a mixture of green and blue and
rainbows? Why would any security guy would wear turquoise pants? I don't get it, I'm sorry. Yeah. Whatever.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had a, how should I put this, a heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
I can understand that. It's left its mark on me.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I like how you're kind of speechless now.
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny.
Yeah!
Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
I don't know where this is coming from, if it gave him a rash.
My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, you got any booze on you?
Yeah, no.
We have a stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula. Local ingredients. Medicine clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain.
Oh, I just noticed. Leather patches on the elbows? That's not very rock and roll.
Tom just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
She used us all. Taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
Baba
My
Yaga?
ravens, what
Barbara.
were they?
Jagger?
Memory and thought. The hag.
You're totally confused right now, right?
No,
I love to see your face right now, in this state of
No,
confusion.
I have my own theory,
This
but
place
it's like
the lake had given
so
you
far
power.
off.
If you're a
And I don't want to
creator,
erupt
an
the
artist,
talking, so...
Nightmare shifted in their sleep in the darkness.
I'm staying there far longer than I have to. And these guys are talking
that's the
about
one. She makes sure it comes
crazy
out
stuff, so if you
twisted
want
and
to talk...
raw. Just ask the
Just go ahead.
landlady. She knows what happened to that other rider.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt, disease-ridden, old and stupid.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit.
My theory is that when you're like
so tired,
so entangled in your darkest thoughts,
a place of power,
and you start imagining things like walking through the woods and shooting dark beings.
You should go there and have a party.
Which I will not go further on because that is another part of my theory.
Yeah.
But suddenly it overwhelms you.
in the back of the head.
So the situation you have in your fantasy overwhelms you. You start referring back to patterns which are given to you by human society, which you grew up in.
Yeah.
And this human society, if
I'm tired, man.
if you can't get along anymore with your own conscience, you have to go to see a doctor, like a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
So right now,
Go home.
he got so overwhelmed by what was happening in the dark corner of his mind that now his mind is imagining.
You mean his stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge is imagined by his mind too?
I think actually everything is imagined by his mind, and we don't know. What we really don't know is how this got to be.
Taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him, but there was fear too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He too had a way with words.
Emil Hartman, by the way.
Who was he again?
The chef of the thing.
Yeah, and I think he's imagining all this to try to reestablish sanity. So he's like, oh, okay, this is like the perfect mental asylum, and his actual conscience leaves clues in this surreal reality of his mind. For example, the two heavy metal guys, they give him clues that this is not reality.
I see, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
They're saying like, okay, we are
They're
all
referring to things outside of this reality, so he sees it's just something like an anchor to normal reality.
Yeah,
which means that this cannot be reality either.
What he's seeking for. I mean, I think he's
By the way, he's talking about mullet time.
My nightmare is the writer.
Mullet time.
Mullet time. Okay, I get it. Yeah, the reference. Yeah.
And he's hiding behind the sofa like Bob from, you know, the evil being in Twin Peaks, Bob.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted you again.
No,
I only do this when I think there are several things in the game I have to point out.
Yeah. I was just saying he created for himself this safe place,
which is right now the Cauldron Lake Lodge.
No, which is now this asylum.
Yeah, that's the name of it. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't get it.
Yeah, no, it was mentioned once, so you don't have to get it.
And the doctor was too.
Hey, Wake. Why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? The typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Yeah, and why should the doctor and everybody else tell him to write?
I'm not myself.
Doesn't really make sense.
There's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
You know, as I said in theories before, that Alice was this like a connection to reality, and he imagined that she was being kidnapped, and now he's just, because this imagination, this reality didn't have like a goal, or it didn't.
The white glare.
It might. I mean, it has more of a goal than her being dead.
My hands began to shake.
Yeah, but still, what I was gonna say was that this is just because he didn't reach this goal.
Yeah.
He couldn't get her back. This is like the next part. He's like, okay, he's saying she's dead. And now I find myself in a reality where she's dead. And how will I cope with this reality? Yeah, I can only cope with this reality if I imagine this asylum where this doctor tells me, okay, she's dead and I'm crazy.
Yeah.
But it's actually not, because...
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated.